Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Hacking with Ken. So basically this is Basis of Linux part 4, and I know I haven't made videos about Linux. It's been a long time, and I haven't made videos on cryptography and Python. Trust me, I was busy as hell, so I couldn't do my research on most of the encryption. So I'll do them on Mondays. So Monday will be all about encryption, CyberSecurity, ROT13, and all of other stuff. So basically, in this part 4, we're going to look some extra commands, and then we're gonna explore the passwd and shadow file, and we're gonna see what they really mean. So the first command which I want to discuss with you guys, but let me put a scenario here. What if cat command was banned in some CTF and stuff? Like you type cat command and it says not found. So what you will do then? What will you do then? And you have to read the files. What will you do? So basically there are other ways to read the files, okay, and there are other ways to view the directories. Let's say there's a command called dir, which shows you what directories and what images or what files you have in your Linux. So basically if ls doesn't work, you always have the dir. So basically dir is just an alternative command for ls. But we were talking about what if cat command was banned. Well, we have tag command, and I'm just gonna read bash rc. Now you might see this bash rc file a little bit different, and why is that? Something in reverse. So basically, as you can see, tag is the opposite of cat. So basically what tag command do, tag reverses the correct lines in file format. So basically if you're reading the abc, you might end up reading the cba, because it's the opposite of cat. It will read the file in opposite. Let's say the tag command was banned. So what you will do, we have head and tail. You might play this with one of your school friends, head and tail stuff, and it always go with the coins. We just go, okay, toss a coin and then go head and tail. So basically, as you know from the terminology head and tail, head means the head of file, which means the first section of file, the first part, and the tail means the last section, the ending point. So basically if I do head and then I will read bash rc, it will just give me few lines, and I don't know what's the default, but you can figure out yourself, but it will give me just the head content, the first contents. Now I'm just gonna modify it a little bit. If I type -n and I type some number, let's say I type 10, so basically what it will do, it will give me 10 lines, which exactly it does. Let's increase the number, and I did 12, so it gave me 2 more lines. So basically what I did, I just gave it a number and it keeps increasing. If I gave it 13, it will show me some other result. So basically this is aligned, this is head, it will show you first section. Now I talked about tail. Let's see what that means. So basically if I type the tail command, it will give me the final 10 lines. Now this is a -n can go with tail too, and I can just do the same stuff. Let's say I want -n and 3. I want only 3 lines from the last. And I care about I don't care about any of the stuff, I just care about last. So basically the tail command is very good, and it comes in handy when you're reading the logs, what is happening. So you just grab the latest log, like what is happening there. So basically tail command really comes in handy when you play with Linux logs. So it's really good command. And now we have another command, more, and we have less. So basically these both commands are like more means will show you more and less means show you less. Let me give you a demonstration. So basically if I type more bash rc, it will just give me from the start, and I can just press enter and scroll sorry about that, and I can just scroll down the file. Alright, so I will just scroll down the file and until it's 100% completed, and there's the end. You can just press Ctrl+C. Now what's the deal with less? The less command will show you the less output, and you can just go ahead and read that. So basically you can just press enter. I think both commands are good. I don't see much of a difference between them, but it shows you it shows you the end and its end. So basically you don't have to do what you did with more. You basically it basically goes on and on and on after even when the file is finished. So we don't want that. We want to stop when file is finished. So basically I think less is more good command, but it's up to you totally what you want to choose. So basically we saw some commands like tac and dir and more head tail more less. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna do some random commands. So basically this command is known as uname. Now we're gonna get into the past wd and shadow, but we're gonna need to do these things first. And uname, if I type uname, it gives me the OS name, which is of course Linux. Now let's go the manual page of uname. Okay, we have the manual page. What does it say? -a for all, -s for kernel name, -n for not name, and -r for kernel release, -v for print the kernel version, -m print the machine hardware, processor, OS, and many more. So basically I'm going to try all of them. Let's say we try the R first. R gives you, I guess, the kernel name. If I remember correctly, R gives you the kernel release of I'm sorry about that, it gives you the kernel release date, not the release, the kernel release, like which kernel release you have. I have 5.19.0 Kali 2. So now I'm gonna do is I'm gonna print the kernel version, which is Debian 5.19.11 and Kali 2. The release is like the initial release, like it can be 5.20.2, and then it goes on in kernel version. So you can do your own research on that. Now I'm gonna type the S, which is which gives me the Linux. If I type man uname, it gives me the kernel name, sorry. And now if I press V, it gives me the kernel version. I think I've done that. All right. Now what we didn't do, we didn't do the -n, and we don't do the we don't do the -n, -m, -n, -m, -i, -n. Okay, let's -n. Okay, it gives me the host name. -i, it doesn't know. Okay, -p is for processors, and it's unknown. So basically to combine all of that, it's I type uname -a, which gives me the all information I need. So basically we have Linux, and then the host name, and then the kernel release, and then we have the kernel version, and then we have the GNU Linux X, the architecture basically. So uname is an important command. So basically you can know all the things about your kernel and operating system. So now there's another command. If you want to see how much RAM you have in your computer, it's basically an easy command, and you can just go free, but it gives you very bad, I would say bad output, because not anyone have time to convert these numbers into MBs and gigs. So we want to see the stuff in gigs and gigabytes. So what you should do, free -h, what it does do, it gives you the human readable format. And as you can see, I have the total 9.5 gigs, 1.2 gigs is used, free 6.2, and buff cache is 2.2 gigs, available 8.0 gigs. So basically you can just read it. Now what the next question I would get, how to check your hard drive, and the easiest command is df, but if you do the simple df, it gives you like that. So I'm just gonna do df-h. Now your first drive, the bootable drive in which your Linux is installed, is always gonna be SDA1 or the SDA. Now I have the 128 as GP gigs SSD, so I have the 1.109 gigs, and then I the 78 GB is used and 25.6 GB is free. Now if I move on to the second disk, /dev/sdb1, we have 500 GB hard drive, and 34 GB is used and 92 GB is available. So basically we are done with the information. Now there is one more thing, how to get your CPU information. Now what's your CPU gigahertz, what's your all that stuff. So basically there is an important command, ls-cpu, and wait, I'm just gonna go at ls-cpu. I think it okay, I guess it can work with less. Okay, I thought it could just work with less. Okay, so basically if you type the ls-cpu, it gives you the information about your PC. Now what we have the architecture, now we have the CPU models, we have the address size, we have the byte order, we have the CPUs, which are 4. I have 4 CPUs to be honest. And now we have the vendor ID, which is Intel, of course. CPU family 6, model 58, threads per core 2, and cores per socket 2. So basically I have the 4 cores and I have the 2 sockets. No, I have the 4 cores and 1 socket basically. Now if you don't know about the cores, you should check out my hardware guide, and which I wrote on LinkedIn. So basically, if you don't forget to follow me on LinkedIn, I'll update the hardware soon or later. So basically you can check your CPU max gigahertz and CPU min gigahertz, and ls-cpu is really good command. And then it gives you the L1 cache, L2 cache, L3 cache. So basically all the information about your CPU is listed here. And no, ls-cpu was it? Yeah. Okay, now we have seen the ls-cpu and all the extra commands. Now we move on to our most important command. Now as we know, there are users and groups in Linux. If let's just focus on users now. There are users in Linux, and let's say there are 2 users, main 2 users, which is you, and the other one is root. So basically root has all the access in your Linux, right? He can do all the stuff. He's the dad in the house. So basically you don't want to mess with the root. So basically how you can basically view not the view, basically now only root user can do this stuff. And in next video we're gonna create the user, and then we are gonna discuss about users and groups. I thought I was gonna teach that in this video, but I think not. I think we'll just cover some of the basic stuff. So basically if I open the /ets and pass wd, and as you can see I have it gives me a lot of users. So what we can do, we can open it in less, so we can read it in nice format. As you can see, now we can see all the users, and I'm just gonna type enter until I see the kenCypher, which has the 1000 ID, as I know, and I think there it is, kenCypher, and it gives you all the information. Now let's break down it a little bit. The kenCypher is the user, and the I think X means that user is active or something. I forgot some of the later, and colon, the first column represents the user ID and the other represents the group ID, and then this location means where is your home directory, and then this means what is your default shell. So basically if you mess with here, you change all your user info. I'm sorry about it. So basically now I talked about the shadow. Now what is shadow? I think I told you guys in basis of Linux part 1 or part 2. If I didn't, passwd contains your usernames, all available on Linux and what you created, and shadow has all the passwords for all the users. So let's just fire it up. You can access the shadow file without root. So basically I'm just gonna ask for sudo privilege, and there we go. We have the root hash, and the password is stored in hash. So basically this is your hash, and I guess till this colon, this is your hash. So basically if I scroll down, I will see the kenCypher hash. There we go. We have the kenCypher hash and it till the colon. So basically you have all the hash you need, and you can just crack it. But this is not about cracking. This is about saving your password and passwd file and shadow file. So basically this was just that, how to view them, and then there we will discuss the file permissions, and I think we haven't done that. If you have, we'll just give it a revision. So basically this is all for today. This is the basics of Linux part 4 or 5, I guess. I forgot what was it. So I'll just put the description after viewing what was the part. I literally forgot. So basically if it's part 4 or part 5, it doesn't matter. It's all about the extra commands and the helpful commands, if the alternative commands, and how you can view passwords and all the CPU information in your Linux. So I think we're done for today. This is all it, and I think I'll see you guys a little bit later. So bye guys.